Welcome to the Veterans Upward Bound Refresher English program. I'm Virginia, your tutor for Unit 1, Part 6, Conjunctions. It's best to start out defining the word. So what are conjunctions? Conjunctions are words that either join parts of speech or join sentences, also called independent clauses. There are 7 conjunctions in English: and, but, for, so, or, yet, and nor. Another way to remember what the conjunction is by the expression or the acronym FANBOYS: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. The difficulty with conjunctions is that they are also used in other parts of speech and therefore have different meanings and usage. First, I'll explain what these words mean as conjunctions, and then I will explain how these words are used in different parts of speech. Let's start with the first fanboy, for. For is the same as saying because. The conjunction for only joins sentences. It does not join parts of speech. It always has a comma in front of it, and it's not used very much in modern English. Note the examples below and see that you can use because in each of these sentences instead of the word for. You are coming to this class for you want to learn correct grammar. You can also say you are coming to this class because you want to learn correct grammar. I have provided this grammar handout for I want you to learn correct grammar. I have provided you this grammar handout because I want you to learn correct grammar. I give lots of examples for I want you to understand grammar better. I give lots of examples because I want you to understand grammar better. Next is the fanboy and. And is used to join parts of speech that have an equal value, as well as 2 complete sentences that have an equal value. Note the examples below. Bob and John went to the market, and joins 2 proper nouns. The books and papers were on the table, and joins 2 regular nouns. He played football and went home, and joins 2 verb phrases. She was a beautiful and intelligent woman, and joins 2 adjectives. My friend cooked the food and I washed the dishes, and joins 2 sentences. My son woke up and my friend made his breakfast, and joins 2 sentences. And remember again, sentences are also called independent clauses. The third fanboy is nor, and it's kind of a tricky one. Nor means not or. In other words, there is no choice. It is always a negative word. Nor always comes in the middle of a negative sentence and always has a comma before it when used as a conjunction. It is often used with the word neither and a part of speech before it. When it joins sentences, it has what is known as stylistic inversion. Now, stylistic inversion is when a statement looks like a question, but it's not a question. Stylistic inversion is used in English when a negative word, usually an adverb, comes first in the sentence. Let's look at the examples in the sentences on the next slide. Okay, let's look at these examples using nor. It is neither hot nor cold. Nor joins adjectives, not hot, not cold. Neither the cat nor the dog likes the boy. Nor joins nouns, not the cat, not the dog. He is not at home nor in school, nor joins prepositional phrases, at home, in school. The boy didn't come, nor did his parents. Nor did his parents means that his parents didn't come either. The man doesn't like his neighbor, nor does his wife. Nor does his wife means the wife doesn't like his neighbor either. I can't do the math problem, nor can my sons. Nor can my sons means that my sons can't do the math problems either. The fanboy but is used to show that 2 parts of speech are opposite, as well that 2 halves of a sentence show an opposite idea. Let's look at these sentences below. My son, but not my daughter, watched the movie last night. But joins 2 nouns. He went to the party but didn't eat anything, but joined 2 verbs. He was an old man but still strong, but joined 2 adjectives. His wife went to the celebration, but he stayed home, but joined 2 sentences. And she lost her keys, but her son found them. But joins two sentences or independent clauses. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Let's look at the next fanboy or. Or shows a choice. It can join parts of speech as well as sentences. Let's review the sentences below. The boy didn't know whether to eat ice cream or cake for dessert. Or joins two nouns. He couldn't decide whether to stay home or go to the party. Or joins two verb phrases. He is either at home or in school. Or joins two prepositional phrases. He will drive there or I will go and pick him up. Or joins two sentences. And I will prepare dinner or we will go to a restaurant. Or joins two sentences or independent clauses. Now let's look at yet. Yet has the same basic meaning as but it's stronger. It can join parts of speech or sentences. Here are some examples. He would like to go with us, yet can't. Yet joins two verb phrases. He is physically weak, yet mentally strong. Yet joins opposite adjective phrases. He had his car repaired, yet it still won't start. Yet joins two opposite sentences. And he would like to continue working, yet he is too tired. Yet joins two opposite sentences or independent clauses. Yay, we made it to the last fanboy, so. So, like for, does not join parts of speech, must come in the second half of a sentence and have a comma in front of it. It means the second action is the result of the first action. Note the sentences below. The man was sick, so he went to see a doctor. The student didn't study for the exam, so he failed. The man won a lottery jackpot, so he never had to work again. So in review, conjunctions can have two functions in English. They can join parts of speech and they can join two independent clauses or sentences. Using conjunctions is one way to form a compound sentence. Let's explore some examples. Let's look now at punctuation and conjunctions in compound sentences. And in this case, we'll have for as part of a compound sentence and for as part of a preposition. Well, for adds the preposition. So in the compound sentence, you want to always put a comma before for when for means because. So here are some examples. I must buy my friend a present for it is her birthday this week. So between present and for, you'd have a comma. My spouse was angry at my son for he had not done his homework. I got paid on the 10th for it was payday. We bought a new car for our old one had broken down. He took a second job for his family needed the money. She was crying for her dog had been hit by a car and he had a birthday party for today was his birthday. Okay, that is compound sentence using for, and for can also be used as because. Now in the preposition, there would be no comma. I went to the market for some butter. For in this case is a preposition. He bought a present for his girlfriend. We went there for 2 days. They went to the library for a book. He bought lunch for her. He knew a good place to go in the mountains for trout fishing. So do you see the difference? Here are still some more examples. In this case, we're going to use and, which is one of our fanboys, and we'll look at how punctuation is used. So joining parts of speech, only use a comma before and when and is joining parts of speech if there are at least 3 items in the list. So I have a book and a pencil. That doesn't have 3 items and no commas needed. My older and heavier brother used to live in Rhode Island. No comma needed. My friend likes to eat, smoke, and drink too much. In that case, there's 3 items and you need commas to separate. The girl is intelligent, kind, soft-spoken, and beautiful. That's even a longer list, and you need commas in between each one of those. My wife and I look fat and happy. Doesn't have 3 items and doesn't need commas. She dances beautifully and gracefully. Again, no commas needed. He plays the piano, violin, viola, and guitar. A list is going on there, and you need commas in between. So in this second example of the compound sentences, You want to note the comma before and in each of these sentences. I like to eat pizza and my sister likes to eat pasta. I like to eat pizza is one independent phrase, independent sentence, independent clause. And the second sentence, my sister likes to eat pasta. Therefore, you need a comma before the and. You study English and I teach it. You study English is an independent clause or sentence. I teach it is an independent clause or sentence. Therefore, you need a comma before the and. We work during the day and we relax at night. Again, two independent clauses are connected with a comma and. My boys are good young men and they used to like to play with each other when they were young. Two independent clauses, comma, and. I teach English and my spouse teaches yoga classes. I teach English is an independent clause or sentence. You need the comma and an and if you're going to join the second part of the sentence, which is a complete sentence. My spouse teaches yoga classes. The last example is and with no comma for a simple sentence. And you'll notice there's no comma after or before and. I swam and played at the beach during my vacation. The man carried the woman's bag to her car and opened the door for her. She waved goodbye and left. Continuing with punctuation and our conjunctions, we're on nor, so joining parts of speech with no comma. These are simple sentences that, again, require no comma. Neither John nor I will go. I neither have nor want a new car. It is neither hot nor cold outside. He did it neither quickly nor accurately, and neither he nor I care for that man. All of these are simple sentences using nor that do not require a comma. Now, nor in compound sentences is different. Always use a comma before nor when nor joins sentences. And remember the stylistic inversion that we talked about earlier? That's when a statement kind of looks like a question, but it's not a question. And it's used in English when a negative word, and that's usually an adverb, comes first in the sentence. And you'll see the negative words in these sentences. I can't speak Chinese, nor can my brother. We need to put a comma after Chinese and before nor. I have never been to the North Pole, comma, nor do I want to go there. It isn't necessary to buy a lot of paintings, comma, nor is it cheap. He isn't foolish, comma, nor am I. Let's look now at punctuation surrounding the conjunction but. So, but with compound sentences, you'll want to note that there is a comma before the word but. I come from America, comma, but my spouse comes from Brazil. I understand Portuguese, comma, but I don't speak it. The weather in Reno is bad, comma, but I like the city. The girl was pretty, comma, but her personality was mean. She sprayed air freshener, comma, but it smelled awful. And finally, let's look at punctuation, in particular commas, as it relates to the conjunction or joining parts of speech. Only use a comma before or when or joins three or more items in a list. So these sentences don't have three things in the list, and so you'll see the only punctuation needed is the period at the end of the sentence. He wants a book or a game for his birthday. Bob or Bill will go with you. She is either in Europe or in Asia right now. You can either come with us or stay at home. Now, in the second set of sentences, these are compound sentences, and you note the comma comes before the or, and you should see again a pattern. When we keep talking about compound sentences, it should ring a bell that a punctuation is needed, in this case, comma. He will come with us, comma, or I will stay with him. It will either be a nice day or it will rain. You can help me do it, or your brother can take your place. You must eat or you will get sick. You had better do your homework or you won't pass the test. So here's a punctuation example with regards to commas using the conjunction yet. And in compound sentences, always use a comma before yet when yet means but. I ate a sandwich, comma, yet I wasn't really hungry. He was wearing a short sleeve shirt, yet it was freezing outside. He knew the teacher would be angry, yet he didn't care. He saw the policeman, yet he continued to drive fast, and she loved him, yet she left him. In each of those sentences, you need a comma before the conjunction yet. Now, in the second set of examples, yet means time, and there's no comma required. Something has not happened, but it will happen in the future. I have not done my work yet. They aren't married yet. Is she awake yet? Can the baby walk yet? Will the boys be home from school yet? I haven't studied the verbs yet. In each of those examples, no comma is needed before the yet. The last conjunction we're covering today on our last fanboy and our last discussion on commas with regards to our fanboys is using commas around so, and again, the common phrase is compound sentences, and you always put a comma before so when so is a result. So here are the examples. I needed to fix my basement floor, so I worked there all weekend long. You want to learn English, so you come to TMCC. I am hungry, so I guess I'll eat something. Each one of these sentences requires a comma before the conjunction so. For additional help with conjunctions, you can always meet with a Veterans Upward Bound tutor, and I have the information for you on the closing slide.